whether you're walking, whether you're standing. I mean, my thing is when I'm working, I'm standing. I try not to sit down very much.
Well, they have those desks now, right?
Yes.
They've even made these desks that elevate so that you can stand while working.
I got that enough.
I just want your reaction. I can't get no satisfaction. I need your hoop action. Da la 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 da 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 la la da 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 la 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 da 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 la la da 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 la 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 da 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 la la da da.
Want something, I'ma go get it. At first it be all struggle, then it's all credit. See, back in the day, getting on was mad hectic. Looking for my start in hip-hop like seated and said spark the fuse lit. I had
We're inside the Star in Frisco, the semifinals of the Men's Conference USA Championship. Marshall taking on Southern Miss. And it's wide open. Marshall could be the next team to possibly steal the Conference USA title. Last night, as we listen to music, last night Southern Miss took down the top seed in Middle Tennessee. Marshall took care of business against UT San Antonio, so that's why we are here. And there's another game coming up after that. Tomorrow night they will play for the Conference USA Championship. Coming up after this game here on the special edition of the Donnie Sport Hoops Action and More Show, post-game reaction to the action. We're going to talk to the winners, the coaches, the players. And as you can hear, lots of clapping going on. Hoops Action and More. March Madness playoff run right here on the Donnie Sports 17 Network.
With us is head coach Dan D Antoni and student athletes Jansen Williams and John Elmore. And at this time, we'll begin with an opening statement from Coach.
Well, obviously glad to win, just advance and keep riding in the saddle of these young people who played well, especially first half. I thought were outstanding. Second half, we got to play a little bit better with the lead, but in the end, excited about winning. Got a chance to play in the conference championship for the second year in a row, and hopefully we can pull this thing off and see if we can't get into the NCAA tournament.
All right, questions for our student athletes? Raise your hand. We'll get the microphone to you.
Jansen, what was it like to have a game like you had in front of your parents tonight?
It was amazing. It really was. At the time, I didn't even know I had 17 points at all, or 5 rebounds, probably less than that. It was good to see them proud.
Jansen, talk about the rebounding game tonight. You guys were up, I think, at one point like 30-18 in the rebound game. So, talk me through that aspect.
Yeah, they're really small, but it comes with its strengths being small. They're hard to box out since they got a lower center of gravity. It's hard to box them out, but we knew we had to overpower them. We had taller guys. We just knew we had to overpower them.
Donnie Yernick from the Donnie Sport Hoops Action More Show. This question is for John Elmore. You had a big game, and but one basket was huge. That three-pointer close to the end when the other team was just making it a little bit tight. Are you looked upon to be the calming effect when things get a little bit close in the game?
Yeah, that's kind of the role I see myself. Coaches have done a great job all year, just kind of coaching me, helping me understand the game in certain aspects, especially when the game's kind of getting a little tighter. We're getting a little stagnant. We've taken a couple bad shots. So that's my job as a point guard leader on this team, to try to make this team flow, run smoothly. And so we got a little stagnant at the end. They made a run, but CJ made a good pass. I knocked down the shot. So that's what we do. We trust in each other, one another. It's kind of like a family environment. Everybody's close. A lot of people contribute. So it was a great team win, and we're happy to get back to the championship and hopefully end it a little different than last year.
For John, you had kind of a rough shooting night last night, but you really came back today and kind of dominated on the offensive end of the floor. What really opened things up for you today?
Just that next shot mentality. I couldn't throw the ball in the ocean yesterday and got a little frustrated, but coaches have confidence in me. My dad and brother just kept coaching me up, helping me on the sidelines before the game on my shot. So I stayed confident, kept shooting, thought the next one was going in, and they fell tonight, and hopefully they keep falling as we move forward.
Yeah, John, if you could just, you guys, you've done it all year long, get a big lead and then maybe let up a little bit. What is there any explanation for it?
It's hard. They don't want their season to end. They're going to fight tooth and nail till the very end, till that last horn goes off. And I thought we countered it in certain aspects of it. I know we gave up a couple easy baskets. They got a couple tough one-on-one baskets on us, but I mean, it was a good team win. I know we were up a lot bigger, and we wish we'd have won bigger, but win's a win. And what's the saying? You'd rather have a good win or a bad win than a good loss. So we'll take it and keep moving forward.
All right, at this time, we'll excuse our student athletes, and we will continue with questions for Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, Henneva and Williams kind of had some tough moments there, getting hurt a little bit. Do you have an update on that?
They told me I could have used Penova at the end of the game, so I just wasn't going to take a chance. What that means, I don't know, but I'm assuming that he'll be available for tomorrow night. Jansen definitely would, I think he shrugged his off, but Dean has had a bad ankle earlier in the year, and sometimes the second or third one, it hurts a little bit, goes away a little faster because you don't have the tightness that you once had after the first one. So hopefully it'll be okay.
Coach, for the last 8 minutes in the first half, you guys held Southern Miss without a field goal. What kind of adjustments did you guys make on defense that you ended up working?
None. I think adjustments is an overused word for media and coaches, so to keep y'all confused. But that's basically players playing. We got toward the end, we didn't want to foul them, and you saw Jansen stood straight up, didn't guard either, right? I didn't say don't foul, don't guard. I said just don't foul. But it happens with the young people, and they're trying to do the right thing, and they make mistakes like everybody else. But I thought all in all, especially first half, our defense after the first 4 or 5 minutes was outstanding. We finally got engaged. I thought the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game we weren't really engaged. I had to show them that I was a little bit on the bench. And once they got engaged defensively, I thought we did a nice job. They made a run on us a little bit because they quit shooting threes, and they took some real hard twos and made them. So you got to give them credit. I thought we defended them pretty well down in there, but they made 2 or 3 buckets right in a row that were difficult to make, and then we came down on our end, and that's probably where we have to be a little bit more focused to get to a real good shot. It's proud of John. John won off rebounds, won off assists for a triple-double. Those are pretty good stats. He's done that all year long. If you look at his stats from scoring, assists, steals, rebounds, I don't believe there's anybody in the country that has all of them elevated to the point he's either 1 or 2 in the country. In this conference, he's one of the top 15 rebounders, one of the top 5 steal guys, leader in assists, leader in scoring. So pretty complete, I would think. Not just sometimes he gets the rap of just being a scorer, but he's a competitor. He does it across the board.
Last question in the back.
Coach, I know we all get that it's late in the season. You got one more game tomorrow.
No, we got a bunch of games.
Well, but you got one more game.
How many you got to get to win the national championship?
Well, let's see.
You start counting those, then I'll agree with you.
All right. Now, concerning that, the scoring droughts, are they this late in the season? Is it a concern yet, or it's just fatigue or the fact that
I don't know. I'll take an 85-point scoring drought. You know, I don't know. I mean, there's the way we play, and if you watch, I hate to keep referring to him. I'm giving him way too much publicity. But if you watch my brother's teams, there's a lot of ebb and flow. You know, sometimes they're sitting there, they go way up. And we used to have a saying, you know, you're up by 20, you hadn't won the game, you're down by 20, and we're still close. So that's kind of the way the offense that we run. It's a high risk, high reward offense. And, we got to get better at toning it down a little bit and being more solid. But a lot of times that happens when you have the best athletes and they can just overpower people with quickness or jumping or something like that. We're not that. We are a very good executing ball club that has to play at a high risk level and high skill level, because that's what we are. And sometimes when you get those scoring droughts, as you would call them, I'm over. I don't know what's going on. You know, we just got to play through them, and they just got to play hard to get through them. But all in all, we're the leading, I think, or 1, 2, 3, 4 in scoring in the country. We're one of the top 10 efficient teams in the country. I wouldn't call those droughts.
Coach, thank you. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.